Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Altcoin Daily with Bitcoin Gorilla. Today, we are going to be talking about Bittorent redenomination and Binance announcing that they will be supporting the Bittorent token migration, redenomination, and renaming plan. So, if you're a Binance trader and you trade on the exchange, you might want to know more about how they intend carrying out this redenomination plan, because they have stated and announced their plan and the timeline that they intend carrying out this procedure. One of those plans is the plan to delist the BTT token and release it back. So if you are trading on Binance and you have Binance BTT on Binance, you might want to watch this video to the very end if you end up liking the video and my strategy, because after we talk about the fundamental analysis, understanding what BTT is and why the redenomination took place, we're going to return and talk about the price and what is likely to be expected after this plan. But before we jump right into talking about Binance announcement, it is fair enough for us to understand what is even BTT. So I made a video explaining the BTT redenomination. If you want to watch it, I can leave it under this video for you to go and watch more and understand the redenomination. But I'm going to give you a brief recap, a brief overview of what BTT is and why it had to go through that redenomination. Now, BTT is a popular peer-to-peer file sharing and torrent platform which has become increasingly decentralized in the recent years. Now, what makes BTT unique is that BitTorrent's original goal was to disrupt the legacy entertainment industry and how customers or consumers obtain content. Now, expensive and inefficient distribution networks were the main target, with original developer Bram Cohen seeing benefit in allowing internet users to distribute content among themselves directly and cutting out all third parties, right? Now, in early 2000, BitTorrent was purchased by Justin Sun, that's the founder of Tron. It was purchased by the Tron Foundation. Now, under Tron, BitTorrent has exposed the torrent community to cryptocurrency and decentralization solutions, bringing cryptocurrency to their doorsteps and actually expanding in more into the ecosystem of the torrent users. Now, one of the major features that BitTorrent brought in, that Justin Sun brought in, that's the Tron Foundation brought into BitTorrent, is the BitTorrent Speed, which uses the BTT token as part of its operation. BitTorrent has also branched out into paid services, offering several premium um, versions of the platform, which includes you having access to VPN capabilities and ad-free browsing. So, BitTorrent currently is boasting about over 2 billion users. Right, they are boasting of about over 2 billion users with over 200 wallets. Now, this is the current users. So, why then did Justin decide to increase the total supply? Because the old total BitTorrent, the total supply was around 990 billion, which is quite a good supply, right? But Justin decided even the 990 billion is not good enough for him. So he decided to increase the supply to 990 trillion with the current redenomination. Now you might ask me, why will he do that? You can see the current BTT, like I said, you can see the trading price. This is why for him, he believed he already have, like I said, 2 billion users, and he's bringing in more service to these 2 billion users, of which these are already existing users. He knows that more users are likely going to be attracted to the platform based on the kind of services he's introducing to the platform, and his goal is to attract fresh investors to come into this market. And if he's going to attract fresh investors, he believed that with the current users, there might just not be enough BTT for everyone to hold enough BTT BTT and make gain. So if you ask me, what are these services that he's introducing that is giving him this confidence of increasing the total supply from 990 billion to 990 trillion? Now, one of the major um upgrade to BTT is the proof of stake mechanism. Now, the new BTTC will be using and adapting proof of stake mechanism, which gives users and holders the opportunity to earn reward from BTT without even doing anything. So all by they need to do is take their coin and they'll be getting reward. This is good for a long-term investment, for long-term investors who want to go into BTT for long term. They can actually be earning reward from their token yearly by getting yearly return from this staking. Now, another very interesting upgrade includes the fact that BTTC will be leveraging sidechain. Now, you will ask me, what is BTTC? Let me explain. It's a short form of saying BitTorrent chain, right? So BitTorrent chain, because the new BTT will be called BTTC. We'll talk about that when we're talking about Binance announcement. So BTTC leverages sidechain for scaling of smart contracts. So smart contracts can now easily scale on BTTC, and not just that, they will be implementing TR20 instead of the previous TR10 that BTT was running on. BTT will now be running on TR20, enabling it to handle more services and smart contract. Another beautiful thing is that BTTC enables interoperability with the public chains of Ethereum, Tron, and BSC. Now, when I say BSC, I'm talking about Binance Smart Chain, with more chains to be supported in futures. Trust me, just these few, you might think few, you might call it few, but they are not few. Just this new added value to these current users of 2 billion users. If you understand how deep the web is, then you understand that a lot of things that so many people know are still not, is a tip of the eyes of the depth of how big the web is. There is really deep web where people do P2P things. You see, browsers like Google and the rest are being censored. There are a lot of things you can't access through this main big tech web like Google and the rest, because they are censored. But these things can be accessed when you go into the deeper web with BitTorrent. This makes it easier for you to access anything on the internet. You can do and you can undo. Now, the thing about it is, with the BitTorrent speed, remember, we're talking about peer-to-peer sharing. Anything can be bought, everything can be sold on the dark web or in the deeper web, right? With the good use of VPN and the rest. So you can say that this is the darker side of the cryptocurrency and all of that. But think about it. BitTorrent BTT is the token that will be used in all operation that is going on with this BitTorrent speed. Remember, creators will want to upload their content and consumers will want to download the content they bought in this file sharing. That is where the BTT speed comes in. Remember, they will be using BTT for the transaction of this speed. So see how important and what Justin is seeing and why he has decided that increasing the supply to 990 trillion could be a good idea, because cryptocurrency is not something you just wake up and decide to increase the supply. There must be a good reason. So this is good reason for me that I see. So let's talk about the announcement by Binance that they will be supporting the token. Now, Binance will support the migration, of which one old BTT will now be equals to 1000 BTTC. So this is the details of the timeline. Let's read it and discuss what they talked about. They said on the first no, they said on the 11th of January 2022, around 2 p.m. UTC time, Binance will suspend BTT BUSD and BTT USDT cross margin borrowing, and BTT BUSD and BTT USDT isolated margin borrowing. Now, this has already occurred because today is 14th. Now, again, the next thing they said they will do is on the 14th of January 2022, around 2 p.m. UTC time, Binance will close all BTT margin positions, conduct an automatic settlement and cancel all pending BTT margin orders, and then delist BTT BUSD and BTT USDT. Cross margin trading pairs as well as BTT BUSD and BTT USDT isolated margin trading pairs. A separate announcement will be made for relisting of these pairs. Now, on that same 14th, which is today, on the 14th of January 2022, 2 p.m. UTC time, Binance Futures will close all BTT's futures position, conduct an automatic settlement, and cancel all pending orders on BTT/BTT and cancel all pending orders on BTT USDT futures contract, and then delist the contract. Please refer to the delisting process of futures contracts for more details. A separate announcement will be made for relisting. Please be aware that in the event of extreme price movement or deviation from the index price, Binance Futures will undertake additional protective measures, including but not limited to adjusting the margin tiers, including maximum leverage value, position value, and maintenance margin in each tier, updating the funding rate, including the interest rate, premium and capped funding rate, changing the constituent of the price index, and using the latest price protected mechanism to update the mark price. For further details, please refer to the price index. At about 6 p.m. on the 14th of January 2022 UTC time, Binance will suspend all BTT flexible savings subscription, and all BTT subscribing to flexible savings will be automatically redeemed and deposited into users' spot wallet on the same day. Rewards from BTT flexible savings will be calculated and distributed before the suspension based on the subscription time and amount. Deposits and withdrawals of BTT will be suspended on the 17th of January 2022 by 2 p.m. UTC time. Please ensure that you leave sufficient time for your BTT deposit to be fully processed prior to that time. If deposited after this time, the token or the tokens will not be credited to your account. Binance will delist all existing BTT spot trading pairs. This includes BTT USDT, BTT BUSD, BTT USDC, BTT BNB, BTT TRS, BTT TUSD, BTT TRY, BTT EUR, BTT BRL at the time of 4 p.m. on the 17th of January 2022 UTC time, and all pending spot trade orders will be cancelled. Binance will recover all old BTT balance and begin the distribution of the new BTT, which will be renamed as BTTC, to all eligible users at the rate of 1 BTT old is equal to 1000 BTTC. After the token migration, the old BTT token will be renamed as BTT old, and the new token's ticker will now be changed to BTTC. Trading will then open for BTTC USDT, BTTC USDC, and BTTC TRY. Spot trading pairs at the time of 4 p.m. on the 21st of January 2021. BTTC BTC and BTC BNB spot trading pairs will not be listed. Therefore, users will be able to convert functions and as well as swap their old BTT old for their new BTTC token on Binance afterward. So, this is the announcement that Binance has made. With this announcement, we are now going to look and talk about the price. So, what will the price look like after Binance delist BTT? So, currently, where it's trading, we know that price is going to drop to the value of this point. This chart, remember, according to Justin, chart is still going to maintain the old market cap. It's still going to be the old market cap, even though there is change in supply. So obviously this chart, I don't know how it's going to work. We are going to see, because there could be a new chart for BTT, because the current chart only stopped as anywhere from 0. If we take it down, we see that price actually goes into negative anywhere from 0.00000017. So obviously we need to wait for price to be relisted, then I will jump on it and come and update you. But just be aware that the price is going to really drop this bad. So this is how bad the price is going to drop. So have it at the back of your mind that you are not losing any money. So don't feel bad that you're going to lose money because the price of BTT is going to drop. Remember, one BTT, they will give you 1000 BTTC. So when you are selling, it is still the same value, but this time around you just have a larger quantity. And if you are patient enough, after the relisting, probably there will be a rise in price, giving you access to even make more profit. Before, you're making one profit on one BTT, now you're making profit on 1000 BTTC. So I think it's going to be a win-win thing. I wish everybody luck. I'll come and update you. If you like this analysis, do give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I remain Bitcoin Gorilla. Happy trading.